New console generation, everybody. Let's give it up. New consoles. Everyone loves a new console, right? With every console generation comes a new hot genre that just kind of hits the mainstream and everyone seems to gobble it up. With the NES era, you have stuff like, well, it's really just platformers. And with the Super Nintendo era, you have JRPGs and more platformers. But with the 64 and 32-bit era, you have 3D platformers. The GameCube era was sports games and 3D platformers. At least the 360 era was shooters, I guess. And with this current generation, it's open world games. The popular trend of this era was to jam as much teraflops and gigabytes and resolution sizes and cringy press conferences into one tight piece of plastic like a child stuffs cake into its mouth. With this amazing amount of teraflops and gigabytes and resolution and becomes vast, expansive worlds, deep character, huge stories, combat, and collectibles? Jim? Hey, can we cool it with the fucking collectibles? We've seen really all that this genre can offer, from the lowest rungs of the Ubisoft garbage that they started pumping out with Assassin's Creed, all the way to the highest highs with Breath of the Wild. We kind of get what it takes to make a good open world game. Granted, that varies from person to person. It still means that we can move on and test out another genre to push its limits. So what is the next smash hit genre? Well, that's what we're here to find out. And I'm not gonna be realistic with this, because if I was being realistic, I could end the video here by saying what we all know and fear, and that's that the game industry is going to be heavily multiplayer focused, trying to milk every damn dime out of your pocket, or little kids' pockets, or mom's credit cards. Because, at the end of the day, it's about making as little of a product as possible, with a small staff that you crunch every weekend, that you don't pay a whole lot, and you don't make single-player stories anymore, because why would you, when you can beat a dead horse until it's done? But that's not fun. So today, I'm just going to take a stab at things that I think might be the next big hit, They might be true, they might not be true. They're probably gonna be funny. That's subjective. It's also probably a lie. I'm a hack.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't have.
The 3D mask. It's the 3D platforming mascot platformer. It's the mascot platform. I'm just I can't put the words in the right order. It's the 3D mascot platformer. You thought they were done in the 90s? Too bad, motherfucker. They're back and they're bigger than ever. Sure, you got your Marios, your Zorldas, your Sly Coopers. He got 3 games and now he's dead. We're gonna bring back Gex, and Bubsy never left, so he's making a comeback, and there's gonna be new ones, like Jim the Flying Rhino, and his nemesis, the Peanut Butter M&M. That's gonna be a hit. That one's gonna get 20 sequels, and it's gonna be Nintendo's next biggest franchise. I don't know how they got the license with M&Ms, but it's just gonna happen. Rhythm games. Bring them back. Not any new franchises. I don't want some innovative new idea. Get Beat Saber out of here. Get anything else out of here. I want Rock Band back. Sew me hunks of plastic again, because that is all I want. Nickel and dime me for songs that I want to pay $1 for so that I can play in front of my friends. The developers want to get back into the habit of selling us just heaping piles of junk that will sit in our closets for another year and a half before we drag them out for some unsightly party where maybe 2 people are playing Rock Band and everyone else is just kind of sitting with a beer in their hand watching as the world slowly deteriorates because we've caused more plastic buildup on this earth and we'll inevitably break this stuff, or it'll go back into the closet, or it'll end up at Goodwill. You know it's coming back. Stranding games. Kojima himself has made the next hit genre post office games. Games where you run around and you bring stuff to someone else. Amazon the game, except it's real life and it's gamified so that you're doing Amazon's job for free. That got really depressing super fast because in all seriousness, I think that what Kojima was trying to say when he said that Stranding games were a whole new thing is that it's a game about bringing people together who are in isolation.
What if I shake really hard?
And I would definitely like to see more games like that. Is it a new genre? I don't think so. I don't know. These are all speculation. But would I like to see more games about bringing people together? Hell yeah. Okay, this one's not like a joke. This one's like a serious guess because, you know, maybe if I'm right, people come back and say, hey, this screamy man on the internet was right about the new hit genre. I think it's a long shot, but I think stealth games might make a comeback or a resurgence or just a, blow up. I think a lot of gamers are tired of bombast and just huge set pieces and explosions and babes and guns and all that stuff. I feel like we've gotten away from that for the most part in this last generation of consoles, but I think we want to get further away. I think we want to slow down, make the reward more long-term but satisfying as a whole, and I think that stealth games are, gonna do that. I don't think that they'll come back in the same format as like a Splinter Cell, but more like a Hitman or a Spy Party, where you have to do things in open cover. Something like Watch Dogs, but more well done. I think that that's the way things might go. Text-based adventures are back, baby. Only they'll come back as sort of a middle finger from developers as, consumers want better resolution, more this, more that, give me the teraflops, baby. But gamers will be one step ahead and absolutely love it. This will in turn boost the entire literacy of the gaming population. We will be the most literary people on the face of this earth because we've been playing nothing but text-based adventure. I think Metroidvanias are, in all honesty, a safe bet to say will come back in, bigger force with hits like Hollow Knight. It's clear to see that gamers kind of want to map things out for themselves. They want to feel rewarded for their hard work and effort. They want to feel smart for understanding the routes that they have to take to get to place A and B, and then memorizing that and sort of getting a grander feel for the world. I think platforms with higher capacities will give us huge worlds. I think if Metroidvanias were to be picked back up by first-party developers and not just kind of relegated to the indie space, they could come back in a huge way, Also, I think you could put roguelikes in this category, another indie genre that could come to the big leagues. I don't know. A lot of things in the indie genre tend to hit it big anyway, so why bother with putting them in the AAA space? Final guess that I'm gonna put all the chips on, baby. E-reader games. They're back and they're bigger than ever. You remember the e-reader stuff on the Game Boy Advance? Throw that out of here. Huge now. These will be the next Skylanders, except this time they won't go out of style all that fast. You just swipe your cards and you have the physical cards. You can pick them up at whatever ends up buying out GameStop. You can trade them with your friends. You can swipe them. It'll just be built into the system, so you can you don't even have to have like a third-party, device. You just pop it into the system, pull it out, boom, you've got a creature that you can use, and it's gonna be great. And best of all, and what every publisher is gonna want from this, you can just pop mom's credit card in, and she doesn't even have to sign for anything. Boom, You got all the V-Bucks, baby! And there you go. My 7 guesses as to what might be the next hit genre. Some memes, some dreams, but they're all there. And if you're watching this in the future, please tell me how I'm a psychic and how I got at least 3 or 4 of these right somehow. And if you want, and if you liked me, if you like our content, if you enjoyed me blowing up all these damn balloons, hit like and subscribe. From all of us in Burbank, California, I've been Pat Sajak for Who Wants to Be a Quadrillionaire.